infrastructure in place, Mr. Chairman, we should be able to have this Ajira digital program rolled to all parts of the country. And with the intended rollout of 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable, we should be able to facilitate access to the Ajira digital program in all parts of the country. With respect to internet connectivity, yes, we will enhance this. How do we do this, Mr. Chairman? One, the starting point again is the ICT infrastructure. Ensure that through the digital superhighway, we have got reliable and stable and extensive ICT infrastructure all over the country. And then once we have done that, we come in to see ways and means of lowering the cost of internet so that we have got access to internet all over the country, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, ceteris paribus, the cost of internet, like any other product in the market, is a function of the inputs that go into the productive processes. If we lower the cost of ICT infrastructure, we should then be able to end up with affordable internet everywhere, up to the village and even the household level, Mr. Chairman. On the issue of my hitherto extensive consultancy experience within government and SAGAS, and whether or not or how I will handle that moving forward, Mr. Chairman, I strongly subscribe to the principles of good governance. I understand the fact that if I assume office as CS, I cannot continue undertaking consultancy for government. As we speak, I've already given firm instructions to my lawyers to evaluate this position and see how fast, upon assumption of office, if I'm cleared, I can then vacate the consultancy space for government, Mr. Chairman, and this is something that I promise to do. There will be absolutely no conflict of interest on my part with respect to consultancy assignments, more so with respect to specifically the execution of these assignments by the firm where I've been the managing consultant, Eliud and Associates. With respect to KBC, I fully and exclusively agree with the honorable member that something needs to be done about KBC. Mr. Chairman, it is ironical that KBC, with its strong brand and wide network of infrastructure, is today punching below its weight in the marketplace. This will be one of my key areas of intervention if I come into office as CS for this ministry, Mr. Chairman. So what do I intend to do? One, I intend to revitalize the operations of KBC, first of all, by rebranding it. I don't quite understand the reason that informed, first of all, the change of name from the Voice of Kenya to the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Chairman. You know, there are certain very simple, basic things you can do and just change, turn over an organization. Just by changing the name of KBC to and reverting it back, for example, I'm just giving a hypothetical example, to its hitherto Voice of Kenya. That stands KBC in good stead to be seen as a market leader in that sector. Simple things, you just rebrand it. Two, we can strengthen or leverage on ICT to re-engineer the content of KBC so that it gets effective positioning in the market. Three, we need to revitalize the infrastructure of KCB so that it is in tandem not just with market needs, but also benchmarked with global best practices in that industry, Mr. Chairman. Those are some of the interventions, and I promise, without fear of contradiction, Mr. Chairman, that the issue of KBC will not just be one of my thematic areas or key result areas of intervention, but I would also want to be held accountable by virtue of having a very clear